How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be changing the fuel injectors on the 99 to 2006 Chevy Silverado. So our first step is to remove our negative battery terminal, and I'm using an 8mm socket. To remove our 8mm bolt that holds this engine cover in place. And we'll grab our cover and pull it right off. So now we can go ahead and remove this bracket. We will take these three 10mm bolts out. Grab our 10mm wrench, since our ratchet and socket won't fit under here. Grab this bracket, we'll flip it over, and we will release the throttle cable just by pushing these two tabs in. Next, remove this 10mm nut. And we'll grab our harness, lift it up, and just have it out of the way. So what we're gonna do next is start disconnecting our connectors from our fuel injectors. And to do so, it has these little locks. You just pull this up a little bit, and there's a tab. You're just gonna push in and pull it straight up. Sometimes these little locks will come right out like this. That's no big deal. They're easy to put back in. Just slide it back down. And we'll do the second one. Push in, pull straight up. We got those two injectors done. Then you have another one right there, and one more back here. And if we come to the other side, you'll just disconnect the four on this side as well. And now we can remove the PCV hose. Might be a little stuck. You may have to twist it a little bit. Just wiggle it. And pull that straight off. Next, we'll relieve the pressure in the lines. So you got this little plastic black cover. This will unscrew. And you're gonna want a shop rag and like a flathead screwdriver. There's a Schrader valve that we're gonna push in. See some gas just came shooting out. So now all the pressure is relieved. And put your black cap back on. So holding our fuel rail in place, we have these two 8mm bolts. We're gonna go ahead and remove those. And now we'll go to the other side and remove the other two bolts. So next is to disconnect our quick release fuel lines. To remove those fuel lines, you're gonna need this special tool to disconnect them. It just pushes in and pushes tabs in so you can release the line. I picked this up on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description, as well as the link for the fuel injectors that I'm replacing. So these fuel lines have little locks. There's tabs on the back. You can just lift this lock up and then pull it out of place. And next we'll take our tool, put it over the line. You may have a little fuel run out. By the way, that was a 1/2 inch. So next we'll come to our other fuel line. Take the lock off. Grab our 3/8 tool. Put it in place, grab our line, and we'll push the tool in and pull the line off. Now you can see inside the fuel line, these 4 tabs. That's how it locks on to this line. That's why you need that tool. So now our last step to remove these is we're gonna work on this side first. Grab our fuel rail, and we'll just wiggle it back and forth and pull up. And we'll do the same to this side. Just grab it, wiggle and pull up. We're going to remove our throttle cable from this bracket. To do so, there's two tabs we're going to squeeze in right here. Slide it back. Get the cable through the slot. And now we should be all set to pull our fuel rail out of place. Lift the harness. So we can now remove our old fuel injectors. They are locked into place with these clips. You're going to want your flathead screwdriver. Just get in behind the clip. And just pull the clip right off. And now you should be able to grab your injector. It may be kind of hard to pull out. Slowly work it out. And there's our first one. Now we're going to do the same thing for the rest of your fuel injectors. These new injectors come with new clips, so you don't need to worry about saving the old ones. For now, we'll just pull the cover off the side that's going to go into the fuel rail. I'm just using a little engine oil to go around this O-ring. Let me just put it in and push it down into place. Take our clip just like this. And just push it on. So it locks it into place. We'll go ahead and do the other 7. Now you can remove these covers. And we'll just apply a little bit of oil around these O-rings. Alright, now we're all set to reinstall our fuel rails. Just make sure you have it going the right direction. You want this cap on the left side. And just line your injectors up with the holes and push them into place. And we'll line this side up. Just make sure they're all pushed down. Grab our two 8mm bolts, start threading those into place. And we'll torque these 2 bolts to 7 foot-pounds. Put your other 2 bolts in on this side. Connect our fuel lines. We'll start with the bottom one and just push it. You hear it lock. Put your lock back in, slide it in, and push it down. And we'll do the same to the top line. Take our harness and put that back in its spot. Just snug this nut up. Grab your hose. Slide that back into place, as well as our line for our fuel pressure. We'll grab our throttle cable, slide it through this little hole, and lock it back into place. Make sure it doesn't come out. Now we're good to go ahead and start putting our connectors back on. Just push your lock all the way down, and you'll see on one side of the injector there's a little tab that it'll lock into. And push it into place. Give it a little tug, make sure it's not going to come undone. I'll do these first two for you guys, and you just follow these same steps for the rest of them. You can hear it lock on. Grab our plate, line it up with the holes, thread our 3 bolts back in, snug these bolts up. We're going to want to go ahead and bleed the air out of the fuel system. So once again, we'll take this plastic cap off. We can reconnect our battery, snug it up so the terminal don't move. Let's just, it's going to take a little while for the truck to start. You can see it ran for a minute and then died out. I'm just going to release some of the air. And we'll just keep doing that until it runs good. Push this valve in again. It's gonna die out. Just lost a bunch of fuel. Lastly, we'll grab our engine cover, put that into place. And that completes this video on how to replace your fuel injectors. If this video helped you guys out, if you could give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button.